Salutations friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be reviewing Continuum from TUMI. Now I previously reviewed Unwind and Awakened, and I'm really excited to review this one as well, and I think this one is going to be one of my favorites from the line so far, and also one that I think if you are the person that are looking for something sexy, deep, rich, smoky, and mysterious, but you live in an environment where it's hard for you to wear those types of fragrances, I think this is going to be a fragrance worth getting your nose on. So if you'd like to know what I think about this scent, then keep watching. Now, first things first, I did receive this bottle for free to review, and I do have a 15% off coupon code. If you use my code at So Avant-Garde, you could save 15% off of this fragrance or any other fragrance or sample on the website. I always like to let you guys know where I got a bottle. I have previously reviewed Unwind and Awaken, so I will link that review below if you'd like to know my thoughts. And I will say something that I have an issue with tobacco on my skin, and so when I find a tobacco dominant fragrance that works, I get so terribly excited. So that is why I am so excited for this fragrance. But first, hello, hi, my name is Kristin. I run this channel called Beauty Meow. I am a fragrance enthusiast and a fragrance collector. I am not a fragrance expert or an authority. I'm just a girl sitting here sharing my thoughts and opinions on scent. So if you like that type of content, make sure to subscribe to my channel and click the little bell so you can be notified when I have new content. So, Continuum from TUMI. This is a masculine marketed fragrance. Fragrance is genderless, but if you care, if you prefer fragrances that are more on the men's side or on the women's side based on composition, in which generally marketed, men's fragrances tend to be a little bit more leather, a little bit more heavy on the tobacco. Women's are a little bit more sweet, a little bit more floral heavy. This actually smells like a masculine fragrance, but could easily be more on the shared side. So it doesn't smell too crazy like men's cologne, if you know what I'm saying when I say that. It doesn't smell like a men's fragrance aisle, but there is a lot of leather, oud, and tobacco elements to this fragrance, but I don't find it to be smelling too stereotypical men's marketed fragrance. So if you're a lady looking for a nice resinous, sexy, smoky scent, this is great. This is really, really nice. There's a lot of different notes in here. You have mandarin in the opening, there's orris, there's oud, you have some suede in there as well, there's incense, you obviously have tobacco, and I also like that there's a little bit of amber in here. So first and foremost, this is a sexy fragrance. This is a boozy fragrance. This is a slightly fizzy fragrance. The tobacco in here I would liken to a tobacco leaf that is ready to be smoked. So think of like you have the pipe tobacco and you're ready to light it. You know, has had that deep, rich, almost kind of like fruity scent to it, but it has that like really deep, very luscious tobacco smell to it. It doesn't smell dry, but it doesn't also smell too green. That's the tobacco you get in here. On my skin, sometimes tobacco can pull a little barbecue sauce, which sounds like it might be nice. It really isn't. You don't want to smell like you slathered yourself in barbecue sauce. So whenever I find a tobacco that just smells like gorgeous, sexy tobacco, I get excited. Now, what I like about this is there's a lot of different elements that come together to create a very complex fragrance that also smells very effortless, but is still very sexy. And that has to do with the oud, the incense, the amber, the orris, the mandarin. Everything in here comes together in a way that just creates a really nice, very delicious experience. The mandarin in here opens up very juicy, very deep, very citrusy, but not bright and sparkling, which I feel would make this very disjointed. Then you have the orris, which works with the suede, which kind of gives it a little tiny bit of softness to it, not too much powder that iris could do, but it just kind of softens the leather a little bit, makes it a little bit more round, a little bit more sexy, a little bit more alluring and enticing. And then you have the incense and the amber and the oud, and the oud's very easy to understand. It's definitely more of a westernized oud. It's not so much of a fecal, challenging, intimidating oud. It adds a really deep, rich smokiness to this fragrance, and also works to add a bit of a booziness to this scent as well. It smells very syrupy, very rich, very decadent, very sexy on the skin, but it doesn't smell super sweet to the point where it smells like you're like pouring like maple syrup or honey on your body. It just smells really nice and balanced, and it all kind of comes together to really elevate this really gorgeous tobacco note. And what I like about this fragrance is there's, again, a lot of complexity that's coming together specifically for a designer fragrance that's not overpowering each other. It's all very well balanced and just comes together to create something that's very easy to wear, but at the same time smells very deliberate, very substantial, and very sexy on the skin. If you're looking for something that's going to be the type of scent that's going to particularly work very well in winter and fall, specifically a fragrance that's more resinous, a little bit more leathery, more tobacco, heavy, rich, and decadent, but you're also the type of person that likes to wear those fragrances and you live in an environment that's maybe more on the hot and humid side, the fact that this does have a nice, well-balanced blend of different components like leather and tobacco and a little bit of citrus, and you have the right amount of aromatics in here, it doesn't smell too heavy or too suffocating. The composition of this scent works well enough for fall and winter to not get lost, but it's not heavy enough like some other similar compositions where it's going to get lost or smell too muddy in spring and summer. So this is the type of fragrance that you could definitely wear in the hotter months. And I'll give you an example. I live in Florida. It's been in the 30s. It's also been in the 90s. That's where I live the past 2 weeks. So I've worn this in heat and I've also worn this in the cold, and it's worked so well. And I like the fact that when it's hot, I still get to wear those kind of more rich, decadent scents. And I like the tobacco in here. I think it's just the right touch of sexy and powerful and masculine in a way that's not, again, your stereotypical men's fragrance aisle. And I think we all know what that smell is, and it's not a bad smell, it's actually a great smell. Whenever I walk into a fragrance area at a department store, I always like to go and smell the women's fragrance aisle. I love the way that that smells, and I always love the way the men's section smells too. But it's nice to smell something different and special that stands out on its own, especially something that smells delicious and sexy and enticing. And Continuum is definitely that scent. And I think this is a great offering from that. That is my review of Continuum from TUMI. I'd love to know what you guys think. Have you had the opportunity to try this fragrance? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know what you guys think. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!